So, ladies and gentlemen, print is dying, isn't it? Well, even if the printing industry is in decline, there are business areas within the industry who look forward to a positive future. For example, the packaging and the digital printing, and also printed electronics. Yes, printing electronics offers many advantages. Possible are extremely thin, flexible, transparent, and yes, all in all, easy to use components that are inexpensive in large quantities. Did you know, by the way, that in the meantime, printed electronics has developed into a world market with more than $28 billion? Good to know, right? So where are exactly the areas of application? Which industrial printing processes are used for this? We talk about the present and the future of printed electronics right now. For this, I would like to welcome the Technical Sales Manager Product Line Printed Electronics from Elantas. A very warm welcome to Philipp Hölzel, who is externally connected. Hello.
Hello, Maxi. Nice to see you again.
Yes, the pleasure is all on my side. And yes, tell us, give us a teaser. What do you have in store for us?
Yeah, Maxi, print electronics is a brand new, is not a brand new technology, but I have today a wonderful presentation with new innovation, with new products, and last but not least, with the right inks for the print factories. So you can be excited what I have to show you.
Perfect. Good idea to make the deep dive. So stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Maxi. And once again, yeah, my name is Philip, and I don't want to bore you with too much facts and figures, and make it simple. May some of you don't know our company Elantas. We are a member of the Altana Group, like the BYK, like the Eckert, which you already know from the metallic effect pigment sides and also from the Actega side. Actega is well known in the field of coatings for varnishes, etc. Elantas is more known in the field of the electronics, but we are the producer of printed electronic functional inks. They are produced in Hamburg. Let's go ahead. My agenda for today is I would like to keep it simple, explain it to you what is a printed electronic means, and secondly, why are we using screen print instead of, for example, offset or gravure or flexo printing. Last but not least, I would like to go ahead with the UV curing silver ink for an efficient printing process to introduce you our brand new ink for the operators for the printing factories in all over the world. Here we go. Yeah, what does printed electronics means? And I have found this beautiful sentence on the web page Wikipedia, and it says printed electronic is a set of printing methods used to create electrical devices on various substrates with functional inks. I really like this kind of sentence because it's really simple, but it explains exactly what we are doing. On the next slide, it says that compared to conventional microelectronics, and we have to compare to the conventional microelectronics always, printed electronics are characterized by their simpler, more flexible, and above all, more cost-effective production. That's really important. And it is intended to enable electronic applications to be widely distributed, networked, and penetrated in everyday life. And how is it in everyday life? I would like to explain you. Yeah, once again, why print electronics? Why only the printed conductives, PTFs? PTF does mean polymer thick film paste. And one of the advantages or opportunities of conductive PTF is their lightweight. And if I say lightweight, you have to compare it with the standard copper cable or standard PCBs, aluminum edged ones. And in this case, we are really, really thin. We have thinner components, absolutely amazing. Later on, I have a beautiful sample on the real world, what we can do with printed electronics. In comparison to the standard microelectronics, we have much more low process temperatures. That is very important. For example, if you would like to print on thin, non-absorbent substrate like PET films or other ones which are heat sensitive. In this case, printed electronic has a wonderful advantage and in comparison to the standard microelectronics. Another advantage is for sure that we have the possibility that we can change a design, a layout immediately. So you know that if you have a customer in your print shop and he is thinking about to change the design, that could be done on the same day. In this case, you have the possibility to change the antenna, the conductive patterns easily because you have just to change your screen or your planes. In this case, for sure, we have lower assembly costs in comparison to the standard microelectronics. I have promised you to show you a beautiful sample from a real product, and this one is done by the company Tactotech from Finland. They have developed this device. This is an overhead control panel, which you can find in the automotive industry, in the car, where you can open or close your roof window, where you can switch on or off your light. And this is done normally by this parts, what you can see here. It is a lot of parts. It is about 64 parts plus a small PCB to control everything. And this one has a 45 millimeter depth, which is not bad, by the way. It is normally done over more than 20, 30 years like this. But have a look on the weight of that normal product. It is just an easy overhead control panel, and it's about 650 gram weight. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking on the right side and try to imagine if you are in the automotive industry and you are in the field of the electric car industry, the range of a battery is the most important thing. It is the fully advantage of any car manufacturer if the battery or the car has a wider range than the other one as a competitors. And you have two possibilities to increase the range of a battery. One is you build a bigger one, that's the easy one, or on the other hand, you reduce the weight. And try to imagine this is only an overhead control panel and it's done now by printed electronics. You print a flat sheet with the conductive patterns, then you molded it with polycarbonate, and then you have only one molded part with a small PCB. It is only 3 millimeter thickness, or it has only a 3 millimeter thickness in comparison to 45 millimeter. That is amazing. So you are just thinner than the regular spare parts. And it's only 150 gram weight in comparison to 650. Try to imagine what you can do else in the automotive industry or, for example, in the airplane industry. To reduce kerosene, it is a huge potential to reduce CO2, to reduce cost at all. Let's go ahead to talk about conductive inks for screen printing. I have this picture here for you just to show you that we have a huge difference in comparison to the graphic ink industry. This conductive ink has a demand of 60% of pigments. We are talking about original silver flakes. So this is quite a lot. And this is only for the solvent one. Later on for the UV one, we have 84% pigments inside. 30% is for the solvents and 7% is for the binder. These are the liquid ones. 3% is for the additives. That could be an adhesion promoter. That could be for a good rub resistance, etc. Why screen printing? Why not, for example, offset printing? First of all, the first answer is screen printing is an easy technology. That is, for example, in comparison to offset, you don't have this ink-water balance, you don't have this blankets what you have to adjust. So it's really simple, easy, and another advantage is that you can create higher ink layers. If I say higher ink layers, it's not that you have a copper cable thickness, for example. We are talking about 5 to 30 microns. We need this kind of thickness because we need a conductivity and resistance for our conductive patterns. And for that reason, screen printing is our first choice. For sure, there are some other options to applicate this conductive inks. That could be dispensing system, that could be digital printing in the future. But for the current situation, screen printing is 80 to 90% established on the market. Yeah, let's go ahead with some samples. I told you I have some printed samples from print electronics from today. Where can we find and where can we see print electronics? The easiest thing is, and I guess all of you have it in around you, that could be some touchscreen elements like your smartphone, like any other touchscreen elements that is normally done with printed electronics. Behind this glass display, you will find the mesh printed with conductive patterns. Secondly, I also have, I'm for sure that you have this one in your pocket, in your wallet. This is an RFID or NFC tag, a near-field communication tag, which is normally done in aluminum etching way, but we will do it also in the way of printing it. And you will find it in your credit card, for example. A credit card, bank card, passport, etc. There you will find these chips, and they are done today with printed electronics. Another industry is the white good industry. It doesn't matter if this coffee machine is in black. You know what white good industry means. It could be also a washing machine, AC, or whatever. In the mid-range, price mid-range of a coffee machine, you have touchscreen elements. You don't have these regular buttons where you push something to activate your espresso, cappuccino, latte macchiato, etc. This is touchscreen, and behind it, it is done with printed electronics. Here I have some electroluminescence inks. This is printed. This is printed electronics, and it's a display with one color shade. And you can print whatever you want. It is a logo. Is it just a sentence? It is an exhibition. Whatever, you can print whatever you want, and it's illuminated by initiating electricity. You can do that with a 9-volt block battery, and with an inverter, you have to invert the 9-volt up to 100-volt, and then the ink is started to illuminate. This is not a new technology, but almost in the market, and some of our customers are using this kind of inks. Another nice product, this is our own product, this is a postcard, and this postcard is really a standard carton board, has no special carton board inside. This is printed 4-color and a UV coating on top, just to make a nice gloss effect. And as you can see, there's LED shining. We have implemented into this carton board 3 LEDs. These LEDs are really thin. They are not bigger bigger than the carton boards themselves, so it's the same size. And on the back side of this carton board, we have a printed NFC antenna and an NFC tag. And now with your NFC device, that could be a smartphone, that could be a computer or any other NFC reader, you can activate these LEDs. The LEDs start to blink or to shine, and you can also add some chip on it. That means you can transport a message like, hello, I'm here in Hamburg, or in wherever you are at the moment. You can also transmit a picture or a link to a website, whatever. And you can send this postcard just with a standard post. In case you are interested in receive one of these postcards, please do not hesitate to ask us via email. You will find here on the bottom the email address. It's advancedprinting@altana.com. Please send us a short email that you would like to have this postcard. We will send it as soon as possible to you. Another product is the open protection, the first open protection for different kind of medicines, pills, etc. Another one is coaster for beer, for glass, Coca-Cola bottles, whatever. It is an easy way to communicate. You just put your bottle of beer on top of it, and then you close the circuit. In the middle is a small battery. You close the circuit, and the LED starts to shine. Another beautiful gimmick on this whiskey here, this whiskey bottle from Scotland, from the island Islay Island. It's a Scotch whiskey, and this company Kirchhoffmann has understood it absolutely perfectly to implement the NFC technology. So what they have done is, instead of most of the others, and they are normally using these QR codes. But try to imagine what happens if you are putting this QR code in front of this beautiful label, which is done by spot colors, Pantone spot colors with hot stamp foil. It's a real beautiful label, by the way, and also a nice whiskey on the other hand. But try to imagine if you put a QR code on that label, you will destroy the design of that label. So they have understood it to implementate an NFC tag on the backside of this label. And with your smartphone, you can just pass through the label and you can read the information about that whiskey. So what kind of raw materials are inside? Where does it came from? What is the special from the island? And what kind of other products does this company has? So this is a cross-media effect, and they have understood it rightly to use this in the mass production. Yeah, RFID tags or NFC tags, I spoke about it such a lot of time, and normally these are done in aluminum etching way. This is normally done in the Asian countries, but also the Asian countries has understood that this process is not environment friendly. So people are looking what can we do instead of this aluminum etching. Aluminum etching antennas are absolutely well known and they are absolutely working well. There's no big deal about that, but once again, they are not environment friendly. And also you have to order normally big quantities. So you don't can buy, for example, just 10 antennas for a trial. So you have to choose from the warehouse what kind of antennas do they have, and then you can buy it. Or on the other side, if you would like to have your own design, you have to order a minimum order quantity. So for that reason, no quick changes are possible. So what is our solution for that? Elantas has developed, and that is really a brand new information for you guys out there. We have developed a UV-curable silver conductive ink for printed electronic. And that is giving you new opportunities, new possibilities to enter this market. It could be, for example, the RFID production. But the most important thing is, in case you have a screen printing unit on your continuous web machine, for example, and your UV lamp, you can print printed electronics. Whatever you would like to do, for example, once again, the RFID tags, you can do it on an efficient way. You don't need long delivery, long ovens, long drying times. You don't have to do it sheet by sheet. You can do it on a roll-to-roll machine. And that is absolutely nice gimmick, because now you are comparable to the aluminum etched antenna from far away. This one has a small amount of 2% VOC insides. You can get a conductivity of less than 30 milliohm per square per mil, which has good conductivity, and it is cured by a standard UV lamp, by a mercury vapor lamp. What is the challenge about that, and why is that so fantastic news for you, for the print factories out there? The challenge of that kind of ink is, first of all, as I said at the beginning, we have an amount of 84% of silver pigments inside. That is quite a lot, and we have to take care that it's not a paste. We have to take care that it's even a liquid ink. And for that reason, the rheology of that is absolutely difficult. And on the other hand, we need the high conductivity of ink. We need the big amount of pigments. On the other hand, we have to take care on the transparency, because we have to pass through the UV light. On this picture, you can see that we have this flakes, this pigment flakes. We have the binder, which is covering and taking care on the binders, on the pigments. The electricity is passing through from left to right, and the UV light has to passing through from the front to the top, because we have to cure the ink deeply. Solution. Our solution is we have chosen special type of pigments, really special type of flakes, which are passing through UV light. On the other hand, we have a high reactive acrylated system with a low shrinkage, and that is very important for the UV inks. If you print on some non-absorbent substrates, like plastic substrates, the adhesion is the most important thing. And if your ink is cured too fast, you will get a shrinkage, and the ink has a poor adhesion to the substrate. For that reason, we have created and developed this special flexible acrylate binder system with a low shrinkage. We are using some special polymeric fluid initiators, which are known, for example, in the graphic industry for dark black, dark blue inks, etc. Last but not least, a perfect dispersion is most important step in our production. If we don't take care on that, we will lose conductivity, or we will have not a stable way for the conductivity. To complete this, we have not only the UV silver conductive ink, this is the CP6671, which is the UV-curable silver ink. We have also the insulating ink for that. You can use it, for example, to protect the silver conductive ink, or you would like to print a bridge and print another conductive pattern on top. We have this one in 3 color shades, in green, blue, and in colorless. Yeah, last but not least, if you print a layer thickness about 50 microns or less than 50 microns, we recommend a UV lamp power of 700 millijoule. And in case you would like to have the best conductivity, post-treatment of 2 minutes at 100 degrees Celsius in an oven or in a long delivery would be helpful to create this perfect conductivity. For sure, if you have some other layer thicknesses, you have to adjust that drying systems. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, once again, and thank you to the full IST METS team. Thank you very much for your attention. And once again, in case you would like to receive some samples like the postcard, please send us an email to advancedprinting@altana.com or send a chat message under your live stream. In this case, once again, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And yes, I want the postcard, please. And if you want also a postcard, then you have another option. Send us your contact information via the chat window that you find directly underneath your live stream window. And we come back to you. This comes also true in regards of all your questions, feedback, comments, whatever you want to tell, ask or write us. And yes, we will definitely value your feedback.